Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and welcome to our Hour of Devastation pre-release guide. If you missed any preview coverage throughout preview season, you can click the first link in the description, and it'll bring you to a playlist with everything you need to know. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the event, how to prepare, what to look for, and everything in between. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, remember to hit that like button, helps out a lot. Let's jump right into it. The pre-release event is going to cost you anywhere from $25 to $40 depending on where you go and how much prize support is included. After you sign up, take your seat and the event starts, you'll be given one of these, a cute little cartouche box. When you open that box, you're going to get 6 packs, 4 packs of Hour of Devastation and 2 packs of Amonkhet. Hour of Devastation is a small set meant to supplement Amonkhet, which is why there is a split in packs. In addition to the pack layout, you'll also get this insanely, ridiculously beautiful D20 spin down friggin' gorgeous. Also a foil promo mythic or rare from Hour of Devastation. It can be any mythic or rare in the set, so good luck. And this little achievement card. This isn't particularly useful for the pre-release, but if you complete all the trials on the card in the weeks after pre-release, you can get one of these. Now, those are nice. I have a thing for dice. Just me? Okay. Some logistics. Pre-releases take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours on average. There are usually a lot of players and rounds go a bit slower since it is a casual event. If you're going to attend one event at a local game store all year, make it a pre-release. Everyone is there to have fun above all else. It's a great time for everyone. Anyways, be sure to pack some snacks because vending machine food is trash. Along similar lines, bring some water, and above all else, for the love of everything in the world, shower before you get there, or at least get some deodorant on deck. You're about to spend hours in a small space with many other humans. Do your part. Alright, let's talk sealed deck. The pre-release is a sealed deck format, which means that you open those 6 packs and make the best 40 card deck you can. You can build a deck larger than 40 cards, lands included, but you really shouldn't. You want to draw your best stuff more often, so please don't go above 40 cards. Usually 23 non-lands and 17 lands is a good spread, or 22 and 18. Sometimes even 24 and 16, but your average mana cost better be real low. Anyways, you can't use cards from other pre-release events or anywhere else. You can only build a deck using the cards you opened in your pre-release kit for that event. Next up, let's talk about what to build. With 6 opened packs laying out in front of you, it might be a little overwhelming trying to deck build. You don't know where to start? My secret? Removal. In limited formats, as in draft and sealed, removal's king. You want removal all the time. Removal makes or breaks games. So when you open all your packs, separate them by color, then separate them by removal. Whichever color has the most solid removal, you're probably going to want to play that color, or at least a color that has a decent amount of removal. That's your first color. Get some bomb rares, any of these. Those can be super attractive and are reasons to play a color, but don't let them bring you into a color where you don't have any other support. Just because you open Nicol Bolas doesn't mean you should be forcing Grixis if you have way better cards in white and green. So while bombs do matter and can win games, don't let them bring you into a color if you have nothing else. The last general tip I can give you before getting into specifics about the set, look for the amount of creatures you're running. If you want to play a color or 2 colors but you can only muster 10 playable creatures, that is not good. You usually want at least 12 to 13, and that's the low end. So again, removal, bombs matter a bit, but make sure you have playable creature depth. Now, if you're still stuck, the rest of the video is going to be a primer on which archetype staples, a common and uncommon, you should look out for that might help you make a decision on which color pair or color trio to go. At the end of each archetype, I'll leave some staples of the archetype on the screen for a second so you can jot them down if you want to. This would be the time to take notes. We'll begin with blue-white, my favorite color pair. Embalm was the name of the game in Amonkhet, and Eternalize is simply adding to that focus in Hour of Devastation. A myriad of cards have been printed in the set to support this theme, from simple Eternalize cards like Steadfast Sentinel and Proven Combatant, to payoff cards like Vizier of the Anointed. Now what's important to remember about this mechanic is that both Embalm and Eternalize can pretty much fit into anything. You don't necessarily need synergies to make those cards good, but if you have cards like Proven Combatant or Sinuous Striker that want to be eternalized instead of playing out, you can look for cards like Tragic Lesson or even Seer of the Last Tomorrow. For the record, the Seer is only even remotely playable in this deck, a deck where you need creatures to be in the yard to eternalize. Look for these cards for blue-white eternalize. The next sub-theme we're talking about is blue-black cycling, and this one takes a lot going your way to get together, but if you do get it on lock, it can be very powerful. We're talking Cunning Survivor, Grisly Survivor, Vile Manifestation, cards that clearly want you to discard or cycle. Then you basically need all the decent black and blue cyclers. Riverwinder is pretty good, Merciless Eternal is a great discard enabler, and if you have some Eternalized cards in blue, that's just added value. Remember, you get 2 packs of Amonkhet, so it isn't impossible for you to see the likes of Shadowstorm Vizier or River Serpent. If you want to make this work, you're going going to need a few bomb blue-black creatures, then the rest of your creatures have to discard cards or care about discarded or cycled cards, then all your non-creature spells have to be the same, either cycling or discarding. Yes, that's a lot to make it good, but if you get all of it, it's one of the better archetypes. If you don't get everything you need and try to build it anyways, it's real bad. Look out for these cards. You know we have to touch on black-white zombies. The deck has been forced since Amonkhet came out, and Hour of Devastation certainly added to that. The set isn't being subtle about it either. Mummy Paramount, Marauding Bone Slasher, Accursed Horde, Unraveling Mummy. I mean, this is just what's happening now. When you open your sealed pool, check immediately to see how many zombies you have that care about other zombies. These are the cards you'll be looking for. The deck becomes stupidly good if most of your creatures are zombies. Talk about an attrition game. Yeah, this is a thing. Plus Embalm and Eternalize making zombies? Come on, it's just a win-win. Don't play this deck unless you get enough Lords or Zombie Synergy cards, but if you do, enjoy being unfair. Afflict is everything in black-red and Hour of Devastation. From Frontline Devastator to Kenra Eternal, black-red once again just wants to deal a lot of damage, and considering in Amonkhet all that black-red cared about was emptying its hand, yeah, we're going super aggro again here. If you're lucky enough to open a pool with solid black and red creatures, all you need to do is add in a few dirty combat tricks, maybe a top-end finisher, two that you could cycle early, some removal, and boom! You're going to go under a lot of the other strategies in this format. It's a slower format than usual, so this is your best chance to beat them before they set up. Here is a good start for you. Next up is one of my favorite archetypes, blue-red spells. I love this strategy straight to death, and Hour of Devastation has given it a lot of support for being a small set. Obviously, you're going to want to look at prowess creatures, anything that cares about non-creature spells. Then you'll need to find the best spells you can to make this control deck finish a game. I'm talking strategic planning, countervailing winds, unsummon is basically top tier, tragic lesson, great. Also, red is going to have to pull its weight, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Even something like Crash Through can trigger prowess and replaces itself. A Braid, Kindled Fury is just good everywhere you care about creatures winning in combat. You get the point. This particular strategy is relatively easy to put together if you have the pieces for it, but getting enough support is key. This is the deck that has 12 creatures and 11 or 12 spells. Just be sure to get enough to finish the game. You need some top-tier game enders. You can always count on Gruul to be about beating down first and asking questions never. As a matter of fact, white-red and green-white are also kind of like this. Thanks to Exert being back in the set, white, red, and green are all benefiting from it. From Vizier of the True to Ronas' Servant to Kenra Scrapper, the list goes on. And in each color combination there are payoffs. Resolute Survivors, Appeal to Authority, Uncropped Champion from Amonkhet, Kenra Charioteer, same thing. Each of these 3 2-color combos have the same idea in mind. You're playing a strong creature-based deck that will win on the ground with swingy combat tricks, strong creatures, and just solid value. If you're playing in your first pre-release, these are all reliable color combinations, and here are some cards to look out for. If you have a decent number of these, hopefully some multiples of them too, you're in a pretty good spot. Only a few left. Black-green counters is a strategy that has morphed a little bit. In Amonkhet, the counters were mostly placed on your own creatures. In Hour of Devastation, it's a much more balanced split. You still have self-application like Lethal Sting, but the proactive nature of cards like Banewhip Punisher and Obelisk Spider lead the archetype down a different path. Now there is some synergy with red cards as well, so you might consider a splash, but you'd need basically the Scorpion God or like 20 Blur of Blades to make that splash worth it. Anyways, Torment of Venom, Tenacious Hunter, Hour of Devastation is way more aggressive with -1/-1 counters than Amonkhet was. Good sub-theme, but most of these cards are just good on their own. I don't even want to cover this last archetype, but I know I'll get questions about it. Blue-green ramp. Now, I know River Hoopoe is outrageously strong, I know that, but all that this archetype is a ramp deck with big finishers. There isn't a ton of synergy here, it's mostly just playing the good blue and green cards, hoping to get enough ramp and stall cards to get you to your giant creatures, then winning the game with superior value or just beating face with whatever huge green or blue bomb you opened. Fun fact, this is also the color pair with the best splash options. Since ramping in this format isn't as prevalent in any other color pair, you can probably splash something real easy into this blue-green pile. Good to know. Here are just some real good blue and green cards that may end up pushing you to this deck. And finally, here are the rares that you absolutely should just never, ever play no matter what. If you get one of these as your pre-release promo, I am so sorry, but don't think that it's ever going to be useful because it will not. And by the off chance that the planets realign and somehow one of these ends up being good for legit 2 seconds, you are the exception, you are lucky. Go play the lottery, don't play these cards. I think that's going to do it. I know we threw a lot of information at you, but I hope it was enough to prepare you for this weekend's event. One thing I want to make clear though, no matter what, just have fun. That's why you're there. That's why everyone is there. Pre-releases are casual events for a reason. It's a party. Enjoy it. And be sure to let me know how you do. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. 1 week until the set releases. 1 week, people, $88. I'm legit gonna lose my voice. I just have nothing left to say to you people. I don't. I've tried. There's a link on the screen if you want to buy cheap boxes. It's right there, so, you know, enjoy, I guess.
Wow.